Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from Red State dated May 27th, and you're going to get a laugh out of this one, trust me. Not sure if this was really anywhere on the news. I saw it, I think, it might have been a Tim Pool video, but I saw it in like one place, and that's it. But again, you'll get a laugh out of this. It says, Democrats promote a new shadow cabinet to regain power, and you might need to sit down first. And one word's going to keep coming to mind as you're reading this, and it's a word that rhymes with treason. It says, after suffering their most embarrassing election defeat in generations, Democrats are continuing to search for answers. After all, in their minds, nothing that transpired made sense. Think about the timeline for a moment. In August, they thought they had things wrapped up. They were facing a man they had successfully pinned 34 felony convictions on, and they had a supposed cultural phenomena in Kamala Harris leading the ticket. And if that's your idea of a cultural phenomena, man, I don't know what to tell you. It says Democrats had shed the senile facade of Joe Biden and were resurgent. Harris was brat, whatever the hell that means, and how could someone who is brat possibly lose? It's because no one knows what it means. And then she did. Now I know what you're thinking. You're a normal, perceptive human being, and you know exactly why the Democrats got clocked in the 2024 election. When analyzing this, though, you have to remember that the broader left is composed of some of the least self-aware people to ever exist. That's how you end up with this absolute masterpiece being published by Politico, which, by the way, is a very much a left-wing outlet. They're not friendly to anybody on the right at all. There's a fair warning, though. You're probably going to need to sit down first so as not to injure yourself laughing, as I said at the beginning. And so it says the shadow cabinet that can help Democrats win back power. And if you see some of these faces on here, yes, that is Jon Stewart that you're looking at right here. Katie Hobbs, who's the current governor of Florida. I believe that's Bill Nye, at least it looks like. Mark Cuban, I don't know who this woman is. That's the general, that was the guy that was the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. I think that Trump let go. This is Giselle Fetterman. Wait till you see the role they have lined up for her. And I can't, it looks like Ben Stein. I know it's not Ben Stein, though, because he's a Republican, but you get the idea. There's some interesting names on here. So it says, according to the article, the idea of a shadow cabinet originated with new Democrat savior Senator Alyssa Slotkin, Democrat of Michigan, who delivered the rebuttal to President Trump's recent address to Congress. And I did one of my little clip videos that premieres at 10 o'clock in the morning every few days on her response, whenever that was. And I do have a playlist for that. If you want to go check that video out, just type in, I don't even know what. It's there somewhere. There's a lot of them, so you'll find it. It says, sure, she's the same type of far-left loon who led them into the desert, but she's from Michigan, and most importantly, she's a woman. What else could possibly matter? It says, as to who would serve in the shadow cabinet, it's a murderer's row of the exact wrong people to promote. Samantha Power, who ran the USAID scam and is up to her eyeballs in decades' worth of scandals, is suggested for Shadow Secretary of State. New York Attorney General Letitia James, a woman currently under federal investigation for mortgage fraud, would be the Shadow Attorney General. You know, the lady who basically tried to blame Trump for things she herself was actually doing? Yes, that one. Jon Stewart, whose specialty is propagating a comedic mockery that grew stale about 20 years ago, would be the Shadow Secretary of Veterans Affairs. It says, but if those aren't hilarious enough for you, and here comes the funny part, the Shadow Secretary of Homeland Security would be none other than Giselle Fetterman. And wait till you find out why they want specifically her for it. But let's keep going. It says that she is the selfie-obsessed former illegal immigrant wife of Senator John Fetterman. It says, truly, this is one of the most incredible things the press has ever produced. And then this highlighted part here is actually from the Politico article. So Senator John Fetterman has become a highly controversial figure in the Democratic Party. And his controversy, you may ask, is just because he likes Israel. That's it. That's literally it. It says his militaristic commentary in defense of Israel has alienated progressives. I don't care if they alienate progressives, and he's not saying anything militaristic other than Israel should win. It's literally not controversial. It says leaks from former staffers have raised concerns about whether he is fit to serve in the wake of an extended hospital stay to relieve acute depression. Well, I hope he gets better. And also, the only reason they're even asking this is because he's sticking up for Israel. Like, that's literally it. It says, but his wife, Giselle Fetterman, has none of the baggage and is a compelling figure in her own right. And by the way, she's like a hardcore communist, so this would not be a good thing. It says, an undocumented immigrant, so an illegal alien, who came from Brazil when she was a child, Giselle married John soon after he became mayor. I was looking at the town, so I said matter. So he was mayor of Braddock, Pennsylvania. To help poor Braddock residents, she founded Free Store 15104, if that's the right way to pronounce that, which provides food and clothes to anyone in need. As her husband's star rose, she kept a cheeky social media presence. When John was elected lieutenant governor, Giselle dubbed herself Slop, Second Lady of Pennsylvania. Okay, that's kind of creative. Since the November election, Giselle's social media activity has declined. Her last ex-post was written in February, defending immigrants without directly mentioning Trump's deportation campaign. She said, "I still hate politics, but I heart emoji people, and I believe all people deserve to feel safe in their homeland." Well, if they're illegal immigrants, then they're not in their homeland. You're not a smart one, are you? It says, and if your home is a chosen one, then you should also feel safe there. Oh, so it's just wherever you want it to be. Okay. It's not how that works, but sure. So let me get this straight. Democrats now believe that the promotion of Giselle Fetterman to lead a shadow Department of Homeland Security because she entered the country illegally is their ticket back to power. You can't parody this stuff. It's impossible. Yeah, so that's why they want her to be their shadow Homeland Security head, is just because she's an illegal immigrant. She doesn't know anything about what to do, but that's why they want her to do it. That makes no sense. Because I know David Hogg didn't write this piece for Politico, but if he had, what would be different? Every single person listed is the exact opposite of the direction Democrats should go if they want to regain the trust of the American people. If the 2024 election was anything, it was a repudiation of far-left ideologues being suggested for this shadow cabinet. But as has been said many times, zero lessons have actually been learned. Democrats know nothing but doubling down. Because there is no middle for them to even run to anymore. The party is defined by lunatics who see sex and race as the primary factors for political leadership, and that infects every policy they propose, from immigration to economics. The American people saw what that resulted in, and said, no more. And that's why we have this gentleman right here if you're looking at the screen, that's why he is your president. And I'm glad that he is. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do you think it's funny about what they're suggesting here? Do you have any other picks for a shadow cabinet? Anything that might be more ridiculous? Like the Incredible Hulk as like Secretary of Defense or something? I don't know. Might as well, given the ridiculous picks that they made here. But let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.